disposed of the two right-handers. Now his opponent is Scott Devers from Centerville, Indiana. Hugh first. Same old way, Bo.
Well, Chris, he just looks so sharp, and he's averaged 251 for his first two games. He's only missed the pocket twice. But then again, he's run over two right-handers who have really struggled. Now it's all lefties in the final two matches, so Devers has a hot hand. He won last week. He'll be more competition for Hugh Miller.
Just a very complete follow-through.
Dick Weber, you're sitting down there observing the first two games. When you say he's playing, Hugh Miller, that is, playing the inside line on one lane and the outside on the other, what board is he going over? As you look at Scott Devers' style, he's playing a pretty much outside line straight down the second arrow.
Watching Hugh Miller on the right lane, he's hitting 14, 15, and 16. On the left lane, lane 27, he's hitting 5, 6, and 7.
All right. And Scott Devers. Nothing shy or bashful about him.
And Chris, that's exactly what Devers is doing. He hit 5, 6, 7, which is around the first arrow on the left-hand lane 27, and somewhere between 13 and 15, the third arrow on the right-hand lane. So these lefties have made the adjustment, and they're both bowling well.
There it is, first split for Hugh Miller.
Kind of an unusual split, the 7-9. It's actually a weak ball or a weak angle, as Dick Weber pointed out. Dick, you said he's playing the third arrow. That often happens when you're too deep.
Yes, it is, and he seemed to speed the ball up a little bit more on that particular shot, so that causing the 7-9 split.
Just not enough power at impact.
Now remember that his opponent, Scott Devers, if you just joined us, opened with a double.
Hugh Miller is a greatly improved player at 33 years old. He said he really learned to bowl at age 30, even though he had won a couple of times on the PBA Tour. His casting percentage has gone up over 70% in the last 3 years. In 87, he was 17 of 25, 88, 15 of 21, 89, 15 of 22. Excellent record.
Okay, after an open, like so often happens, these professionals come back with strikes. Here is Devers, who won last week, 238 to 185 over Joe Salvemini. That was at El Paso just 1 week ago. Would you believe it?
Dick Weber, both players, 7-9 split, very unusual.
I think the oil is carried down, don't you, Bo? I think that's the indication right now.
Well, that's what happens. The lanes, as I said at the top of the championship round, as you see this shot of Scott Devers from the left side, playing around the second, between the second and third arrows, not getting enough angle of attack to the pocket, and the oil being down 45 feet is now extended all the way down, very tough.
So each professional with an open frame, Scott Devers coming in the third. Scott just, you being a former Hoosier, Dick, just built a new home in Centerville, Indiana, which is near Richmond. And in the basement, he has a complete full bowling lane installed. How's that?
Bless his heart. I believe I'll go over and get some instructions from him.
Video equipment overhead to tape his practicing and replay it.
Smart move, too. Smart move.
Probably tax deductible, too.
Think so?
Let's hope.
I'll ask my floor manager, David Allen. Okay, and like Miller, strike after an open frame. We're in our semifinal game, Edmond, Oklahoma. Boulevard Bowl. Richard Altman's Boulevard Bowl in Edmond, Oklahoma. There is Billy Hardwick, one of the 3 Triple Crown winners in bowling. National Tournament Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And Hugh Miller, leaving a 7-pin. The other 2 Triple Crown winners, Johnny Petraglia is here. And practicing earlier, I saw your son, the 3rd Triple Crown winner, Richard Weber, Pete Weber.
That's correct. He needed the lessons in a 7-month slump, we call it, and he's working out of it.
Just loaded with talent. All right. Bo?
Thank you, Chris Schenkel. Tournament leader Parker Bone III. Parker, after 26 telecasts this year, the tournament leader is 13 wins, 13 losses. Do you feel that you have an advantage in the #1 spot?
Bo, I do. 3 out of 4 of my titles all have came from the lead position, and I've only lost once, so I'm looking to make it 4 out of 5 today.
Very aggressive, very confident, Chris, and he'll be tough.
And Hugh Miller. Trailing by 8. Okay. He had a spare working, and that strike was in the 5th frame, Dick.
Hugh seemed to make the little adjustment of moving farther out to the right on that one, Chris, and throwing a little bit harder, more direct to the pocket, the 1-2 pocket. So the carry will be better for him that way.
Is there more decision-making now than some years ago, Dick, when you're out there?
I think so, Chris, because of the dressings we have, because of the urethane finishes and all that.
All right, and Scott Devers, who gave us an answer to the question, if he were commissioner for a month, what would he do?
Well, I think over a period of a year we have 35 tournaments. I would like to see a lot less tournaments with a little more money on top. When you're traveling around the country for 35 weeks a year, it gets pretty tough, pretty grueling on the body. And I think a shorter season, more money would be the answer.
Dick and Bo, would you vote for that?
Well, for Bo, 35 one term has been too much for me. Dick's still in competition.
That is on the senior tour, Bo.
That's right. And that's where Harry Golden will be